You trust somebody called a veneer tech to give you veneers, you deserve whatever pain you experience after that.
Ooh wee.
Teeth finna look like two big ass doors put together. Piano keys. Them veneers be so bad y'all can't floss because they all connected.
She say that! Like,
But I'm not gonna lie, that boy was, you know what I'm saying, he was cute. You know what I'm saying? I would have went to a little consultation. I would have went to a consultation just to see what he was talking about. Then I'd have been like, have you lost your mother mind? I'm calling the FDA.
You all, welcome to my channel. I am Mona. Here I bring clarity to the chaos when it comes to these viral clips, conversations, and trending topics. So today, I need y'all to listen up because I was over on TikTok and I stumbled upon Veneergate, y'all, and it's really wild. Now, there is a story that I found, a woman named Monica Davis, who had been performing illegal dentist procedures such as braces, veneers, so on and so forth.
how? Hold on, bro. How?
To listen to this news story, and then we are going to chop it up. Thank you guys for watching.
When you go to the dentist, you assume the person doing the work in your mouth is actually a dentist.
But recently, we've heard from multiple people with the same shocking story. Their allegations sparked the state and a suburban police department to launch investigations.
CBS 2's Lauren Victory has this exclusive you need to see before you open up.
The last time Monica Bailey sat in a dentist's chair, she was hopeful. Now she's nervous, as if her teeth were chattering.
It's hard. It is. I'm just hoping that we can have a positive outcome.
It was February when she visited this building in Schaumburg. Up on the 8th floor, Bailey and her 15-year-old daughter had appointments to get braces at a business called the Veneer Experts.
Cleaned my teeth and started, putting the glue on and putting the brackets on for the braces. And I thought what she was doing was how it's supposed to be done.
We offer a wide range of services.
Bailey says the woman in this video worked on their teeth. Her name is Monica Davis. State records show Davis registered the Veneer Experts as an Illinois business in July 2023.
We're changing lives one smile at a time.
It's slow and steady. How does it feel?
A change is what tattoo artist Ralph Jones was after. You'd be hard-pressed to find a photo of him with a toothy smile.
They just started decaying and falling out, and over the course of the years, it just started making their appearance look pretty bad.
A $2,000 price tag and huge customer smiles on the Veneer Experts Instagram page sold him. Jones visited Davis and her team for shiny teeth coverings called veneers. He says he was told these new smiles last 8 to 10 years. That didn't happen for him.
I woke up to a chipped tooth. It was a piece of it chipped.
Bailey says her problem started when she tried to make a follow-up appointment.
One of the numbers was disconnected. The other one, nobody would answer.
Dr. Davis was nowhere to be found. Literally, CBS 2 could not locate her name on the state website where dentists should be registered. In Illinois, dentists need to have a license.
A license ensures that the person has had a high level of quality of education and training.
And it guarantees a dentist is well-versed in sanitation and patient safety. Lindsay Wagahoff from the Illinois State.
And let me say this too. I have had some dental work done, and one of the things that I always have looked for, whether it's a new dentist or I might go out even as a referral to a specialist, you want to do your due diligence. Every website for a dentist office or any medical provider, they are going to list the professionals who work there. So you can easily do a online professional licensure search for that individual. And you should be able to see if this person is an active license. If you are in these professionals' offices, you can also see on the wall, usually even if it's, in the main area of the dentist's office or sometimes in the dental rooms, they should have the dental professionals' credentials on the wall. Or you should be able to ask for those, and there should be no issues with them providing you that information. So again, you're asking before you sit in anyone's chair when it comes to these services. And also, let me say this, dental procedures are not cheap. They are not. especially if you are paying out of pocket and you do not have insurance. You want to be mindful of anyone who's trying to sell you any type of veneers or other dental work, braces even, for $100, $500, something like that. You really want to be mindful of the cost that it takes. Like, get some estimates. And I understand in this economy, people want to get the best deal possible, and you can get the best deal that you can get, but do your research. That will also be an indicator to the legitimacy of this individual's profession and work that they are providing. Continue.
Dental Society explains the consequences for anyone who touches teeth without a license.
Sometimes there's cease and desist letters that are sent, and then obviously then there's a process then after that too in the court system.
An arrest. Davis knows all about that. Apparently, the veneer experts had also been operating at this Las Vegas strip mall, and Davis got picked up for illegally practicing dentistry without a Nevada dental license.
You see that mugshot, and what goes through your mind?
I couldn't believe it.
Then she looked at a calendar. Court documents show Davis was released from police custody in Nevada on January 31st. It was only 9 days later when Bailey says she and her daughter got braces from the unlicensed dentist.
It's crazy to me that she can do this in Las Vegas and post bail, and you come here and do the same thing. It's like you have no fear.
Speaking of fear,
I don't know what she put inside of my mouth.
Jones took this photo of his chipped veneer.
I'm just wondering your assessment.
CBS 2 was allowed to share it with a properly credentialed dentist, Lauren Zalay.
I mean, the gum tissue is what I'm very concerned about, because if you can't brush under those teeth, you're not going to have teeth there much longer.
Bite together.
Bailey also got bad news from Dr. Zalay.
They look like real braces, but they don't connect to anything in the back. And so there's no way to move the teeth.
Meaning the braces aren't fixing anything.
Did she take any x-rays or anything? No.
That
x-rays?
is, you know what? And that is
that's
such a good point. Whenever you're going to get dental work done, as a preliminary step, a x-ray should always be done, because that is truly the only way that a dentist, outside of just looking at your teeth at face value, the x-ray is what truly gives the dentist the key information and pertinent information when it comes to the health of your teeth, because there are things that cannot be seen to the naked eye that the x-ray will catch. Now, depending on the severity of the dental issue that you're trying to address, or the whatever it could be, there are x-rays that should always be involved. So that should also be a huge red flag. If x-rays are not done prior to any procedure, and I would even say this, if you're going to get something like that done, it's not going to all get done in one visit too. That should be a red flag. There is usually a consultation that's done, because they want to make sure that you are a good candidate, because they want to make sure that you don't have anything that's, going on the surface level. And also, is this something that you are really, really ready to go through with, whether it's a cost factor, the health of your teeth, because depending on the state of your teeth, you may need something different before getting in that dentist chair for that cosmetic procedure. So they may have to refer you out to a traditional dentist before that work gets done, or they may also offer those services in their office. And then they can proceed to, they'll do the x-ray, then they will schedule you for that appointment. And then you would come back and get ready to sit down in their chair and have that cosmetic procedure done.
Obviously, the first thing, you would want to make sure that, the teeth are healthy before you're going to start moving them.
So you don't have any comment on the people that you did procedures on here in Illinois?
Hanging up was Davis's response to us. Our in-person research led to the discovery that the veneer experts were asked to leave their office in Schaumburg. A receptionist for the building said they'd gotten several calls from upset customers.
We actually don't even know how many people that she actually did this to.
It's just a big letdown.
It's wrong.
A line crossed that leaves a small business owner and others with no choice but to dip into their savings and start over. More Victory, CBS 2 News.
Well, we reached Davis twice, and both times she didn't have anything to say about her business or the allegations. Her next Las Vegas court date is in May. A police investigation here in Illinois is still active, and we'll update you as soon as action is taken.
When you go,
y'all, this is crazy. So this woman was able to get away with doing illegal dental work that should be left to licensed professionals, licensed dentists. She was able to complete these dental procedures without any proper education, without any proper training as a licensed dentist who goes to school for X amount of years. She was able to get away with this, scamming people out of thousands of dollars, leaving them with worse teeth and dental and oral health than they had prior to them visiting her. She was able to get away with doing this in both Chicago as well as in Las Vegas. You guys, this is amazing. And unfortunately, a lot of you all have been allowing yourselves to get scammed by these people because you would love to, and you're jumping at the opportunity to have such a beautiful smile. And a lot of the individuals who I was able to see over on TikTok, from the outside, at least looking at their teeth, it didn't look like anything was wrong, but I understand, you know, there's nothing wrong with you deciding to do some cosmetic work to bring your teeth to a level of comfortability for yourself. So there's nothing wrong with that. But again, I would caution you to find and do your research. So a little bit more about what's going on over TikTok. And I guess it's been going on for the last couple of weeks, but there is a lot of conversation and discussion on TikTok about these dangers of unlicensed individuals performing dental veneer procedures. This is from just individuals like myself giving their opinion to licensed dentists who are saying this is illegal. And as far as these people calling themselves a veneer technician, there is no such thing. Individuals who provide veneer services are licensed dentists, okay? And so individuals are sharing their negative experiences with these scam artists, fake dentists, okay? And again, like I stated, these are performed by licensed dentists, even though it's a cosmetic procedure. And if you are considering getting dental veneers, please consult with a dentist who can provide you with information, give you the education about all it entails, okay, what to expect in terms of the care, the maintenance, what you could potentially expect on the other side of that procedure, the cost, and just understand if this is something that you would really want to do to get you the expected outcomes that you desire. But the risk to getting illegal basement, hotel medical work is substantial. Your teeth, if it's not properly cared for, could cause you your life. And so to try to save a couple of dollars just to get something on your teeth, and you thinking that that's all that it entails because you just want to look, is very detrimental to your health. It's just like, if you were to go get a BBL procedure by a person who is unauthorized, unlicensed, unprofessional, bad reviews, too cheap, it's all in the same vein. So let me know what you guys think about this conversation. Say this too. I wanted to talk about this. I also understand that there are people who would like to get into some type of medical field, and maybe they don't want to go the traditional route of going to a university, and they don't want to spend thousands and thousands of dollars that they do not have to be able to make a good bag, okay, to generate a good income. But there are plenty of programs where you can still go to school for a fraction of the cost. And no, you're not a doctor, but you can be a dental hygienist, and they make pretty good money considering the fact that they are not making minimum wage and you're not going to school for endless, amounts of time. What you guys think about this conversation? If you have had horrible experience and you have been scammed by one of these quote unquote veneer techs, let me know down in the comment section below. Also, if you do have suggestions or ideas of how a person who is interested in school, but they don't want to do the costly route of becoming a dentist, please provide them with some legitimate ways in which they can explore different career paths. Leave that in the comment section as well. All right, and to the next video. Peace.
If you think I'm here to play around with y'all, God damn it, I'm not.
Peace, y'all.
So about 2 months ago, I reached out to this girl. She goes by the name of Veneer Ferry. I reached out to her and I told her I wanted to hire her for her services. We did a consultation. I went to her office. She advised me that I needed a partial, and that she would be able to she had to sit off of my impressions, and that when she got them back, I could come and pay the remaining balance. I gave her half the money then. On Wednesday, I went to her office. That's when my appointment was. I went to her office on Wednesday, and I tried the partials on. The partials on, I explained to her then that they felt weird. Like they was bulky. I couldn't hardly talk. They were so thick in my mouth that I couldn't even close my mouth. I'm gonna post a picture when I get done in a video so y'all can see how, so you can just know I'm not just talking. I got receipts to back it up. So I told her, I said, these feel weird in my mouth. Like I can't talk. That was when I first put them in. So she was like, I really don't have the tool that you need to get them shaved down.
I beg your pardon?
I'm thinking to myself, if you done had my impressions in your office for over 2 to 3 weeks, why don't you got the tool? But anyway, she was like, no, you just need to adjust to them. So she took them out. I guess she called herself shaving them down. In the midst of her shaving them down, this dude walks in. First red flag. A dude walk in. I'm sitting in the chair waiting for her to finish doing what she's doing so we can get to work. She asked me, could I give her the remaining of my payment? Now this is before she even put them in my mouth. So I ain't think nothing about it. I'm like, okay. But now that I think about it, maybe the dude was coming to get the money because you probably felt like I wasn't gonna like what you was doing. So you wanted him to get the money so he could get the hell up out of there and you wouldn't have to give me my money. But I ain't peep game then. So I gave her the money. The dude stayed up for about maybe 30 minutes and then he left. So she began to put the veneers in with the impression or whatever. So while she putting them in, I'm telling her, like, they still feel weird. They feel weird. So she sits me up or whatever because she got me leaning back in like a dentist chair. She sits me up and she says, yeah, she was, friend. She definitely was. Like, I don't know who they think they is. I don't know what she thought. But yeah, everybody finna know you finna be exposed today. So anyway, she sits me up. She goes, I just want to let you know that a little bit of the glue, I don't know what kind of glue, because again, I'm not no veneer tech. I don't do teeth. That's why I came to you. If you come to me, it's gonna be about makeup. But I don't know nothing about no teeth. I know how I want them to look. I know I don't want to look like no horse and all of that, and I trusted you. I don't know if you was screenshotting pictures or what you was doing, but I trusted your word. I trusted you knowing your expertise. I thought this was something that you specialize in. So bet. Anyway, she sit me up, she tell me, oh, I just want you to know that it might be, some glue might get on the partial and I might not be able to take it out. So the partial, if you don't know, it's supposed to come in and out. So if you get like implants, it's like a place for you to get an implant. They're not supposed to be staying in, which I didn't know that at that time. So I was like, okay, me trusting her again, okay, whatever. As long as you're able to shave them down, because at this point, I can't talk, I can't eat. I don't know what you want me to do, but as long as you're able to shave them down. She clearly went over the shave them down part. So she ended up doing her thing. I'm letting her do her thing because I'm thinking she's gonna be able to adjust it before I leave. So mind you, dude called and tell her, she starts saying she hungry. So I'm thinking like, I don't care how hungry you is, you got to finish this job before I leave here.
I'm telling you. Yes, I can. I'm telling you.
I still got these 8 veneers at the bottom of my mouth. 8 of them. 8 of them that can't come out. My dentist probably don't even want to see me because it's going to be a liability issue. It's going to be a liability issue. So now I got to find somebody to take these out of my mouth and pay somebody to do the job correctly that you didn't do.
What the fuck, y'all? God damn! God damn! God damn!
My page has always been about educating people about dentistry, sharing my story, and motivating others by sharing my story, right? This whole veneer epidemic that has happened has reminded me of my purpose on this platform and why I do what I do. I genuinely feel like there are a few types of patients that go to these veneer techs. Again, that are not real. There is real as Santa Claus, and the tooth fairy is realer. That's the second update. First of all, it's patients who are just lost. They lost souls. They don't care. They're scrolling on Instagram. They're like, well, these look good. I'm going to go. They don't have to be a dentist. They don't care about the legality. They don't care about the safety. They don't care. I'm not talking to them. Then there's the patient that went to the dental office and one of two things happened. Number one, they were fine and they said, hey, I want veneers. And the dentist said, that's going to be $25,000. And they were like, absolutely not. That's too much money. Or they said, hey, I want veneers. And the dentist said, well, there's some other things that we need to address first. You need a root canal here. You need to extract this tooth. You need a bridge here, this and that. Then we can talk about veneers. And they're like, whoa, whoa, whoa. Like, I'm not in pain. I just want something aesthetic. I may be able to impact those group of patients. Time will tell. Then there's a third group, and this is the group that I care about the most. And that's patients that simply do not need veneers at all. For some reason in our culture, I guess because people with money go get veneers and people think that, you know, that's a sign of wealth or something to do. Or people may just genuinely want them. I'm not knocking that. But a lot of people don't need them. A lot of people don't know all of their dental options. That they see somebody post this veneer tech special 10 for 10 for $1,000 on Instagram and they fall into the trap, fall into the finesse. Those are the people that my message messages for. See, if you get some veneers done by somebody with a tank top on with their titties out, you need to get a whooping.
Okay. That part.
You need your butt whooped, and you need to get put on punishment. You need to get put on adult punishments. Grown up. For being a grown up. You on punishment from being a grown up. Because you making decisions like a little kid.
Aren't you afraid of getting sued? Well, they can't technically sue me because I have everybody sign a paper before they start. And basically that protects me from any lawsuit or any action lawsuit like that. And I got that, but I got it, like one of my friends, she uses it for like all of her things. So she just sent me a copy of it and I have them sign it,
So can you tell us more about what it is that you make your customers sign?
So the paper that I got from my patients, it just basically says that they're consenting to the veneers so that they know I'm putting this stuff on their teeth and that they want it to be on their teeth. So basically that's it. So if they try to take me to court, I have that because it says that they wanted this stuff on their teeth.
Accusations! These are not accusations. This is false accusations. And
researching this dude right here, Devin, who works for VVS Smiles Atlanta. And
the unlicensed practice of dentistry in the state of Georgia is a crime. So I stumbled upon this lady's story and I was curious, so I started doing a little bit of research. Mind you, I'm an attorney, but I'm not licensed in Georgia, and this is outside of my area of practice. But I did find some statutes, so let's read them. So this is from the Georgia Code, which states that things like veneers, so applying any dental appliance, cap covering, prosthesis, or cosmetic covering, cannot be applied unless you are a licensed dentist or you're working under the prescription of a licensed dentist. Another part of the Georgia Code, which says that it is a felony for you to practice dentistry without a license. If you are charged with this, you as the defendant have to prove that you were licensed to do the work. And this is another part of the Georgia Code. This is all stuff you can look up yourself. Now, these are the terms and conditions for the guy that did this young lady's, or who took this young lady's money to do the veneers. And he's really popular on Instagram and TikTok for veneers. And here it says at the bottom, it says that you consent that he is not a licensed dentist, that he is a trained and certified veneer tech. Now, I looked, I did some quick research and I couldn't find anything in the state of Georgia that recognizes a veneer tech as a actual thing. And by putting in your acuity scheduling link that you acknowledge that I'm not a dentist, I don't think really goes as far as it needs to in order to protect your consumers, because most consumers might see tech and they think, oh, they're licensed or whatever. But according to the state of Georgia, it doesn't seem that way. I understand that we want to have it all. We want to have that beautiful smile. We want to have all these great things, but a lot of these things cost what they cost. And when we go the cheap route, we run the risk of having unlicensed people playing in our mouth. Before you go to this guy or anybody else that you find on social media or whatever, check their credentials. It's so easy to check. You can just go online and you can search their names. You can verify their licenses. You can see if there's any history of disciplinary action or anything like that. And just ensure that you're getting the best care, because this guy charges a few $1,000s and it's not like a huge amount of money, but it's still a lot of money for someone who's going to be investing in their mouth. And again, letting somebody play in their mouth.
So this guy that I saw on Instagram, he posted that he got his veneer tech certification. Very handsome man. But on Instagram, this post has 25,000 likes and hundreds of comments of people saying, congratulations, major things, elevating, you know, I'm proud of you. You did so much hard work. And where do y'all think that this certificate came from? This certificate has no legal binding for any type of like license number behind it. So what I came to say is blah, 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 blah. It's becoming very normal to start this business, and he's not a veneer tech, because veneer techs, I don't know what to say about it, y'all. Help me in the comments. Why is this wrong? I've never seen his work. I don't know what he's doing, but he's going to be doing composite veneers on people. People want this service. This woman in Illinois just went to jail. I'm adding this at the end of the other video because I'm gonna talk about her too. But yeah, she was doing braces, but her business was the Veneer Experts. That's the business she started. And
I decided I have made it my unofficial mission to take down as many of these veneer techs as possible. So let's get into this one right here, shall we? First things first, a veneer kit doesn't exist. Do you want to know why? Because everything that you would need to perform a veneer would be in a dental office, and they have little totes, right? Because it's not a to-go service, right? So I don't know where we thought that doing a veneer was like doing a set of acrylic nails or a set of eyelashes.
Ooh wee.
They don't hand out veneer kits in dental school, okay? Secondly, it says that this doctor from Columbia is teaching this class. The doctor should know that that's illegal. You cannot teach classes on something that is not legal in the United States. It might be legal where she lives, but it is not legal here. You cannot teach a class on how to do something that you are not licensed in. Thirdly, do you notice that everybody is in like a studio of some sort? It's not a medical or a dental office, and there's not even like the proper protective barriers, gloves, masks, sterilization. Like, do you notice that? Because again, it's not a dental office because it is illegal. I don't know how these people started. I don't know how these things popped up. I don't know how these people are even getting supplies, honestly, but it's terrifying and don't do it.
So here we have a fascinating case done by 2 unlicensed dentists.
Help me understand.
Practicing in the United States of America. As you can see, rampant decay on their front teeth. These are the 2 individual unlicensed dentists practicing in the US of A without any issues. Not a single board of dentistry has gone after them, and they have not received any lawsuits practicing unlicensed dentistry. Amazing. And here we go, start to finish. Rampant decay was covered up with, you guessed it, composite veneers. Look fantastic, but it's rotting underneath. That patient is going to have major infection and problems. I don't get it.
Oh my God.
I stumbled upon Veneer Tech TikTok and I am horrified. This girl is not a licensed dentist or orthodontist. Just a girl who buys some composite bonding and slapping it on people's teeth and calling it veneers and wants to teach you how to do it too. You know, I get it. Everybody wants to have a business these days. And people of this generation are shunning the 4-year education. But guys, there are just still some things that you need to go to school and get the proper education to perform properly. Dentists learn much more than how to make someone's teeth look pretty. They learn about the actual health of the bones and tissue inside of your mouth. Your mouth is full of vessels that go straight to your heart. So it's really dangerous to have an unlicensed person manipulating its structure. And what people don't realize is they're gonna have to pay so much more money to an actual dentist to fix whatever those people jacked up in your mouth by gluing that nail acrylic to your gum. I know it's expensive, but please always go to a licensed professional whenever you are getting cosmetic work done on your teeth.
I know that's right.
An 8-year dental degree has a lot of stuff to do that does not pertain to veneers, and a specialist degree could be a lot shorter. The problem with this is that in order to place veneers, you have to understand all of dentistry, and that's because of periodontal health, bone levels, and decay that could be underneath the veneers when they are being placed. Veneers, when they are glued onto teeth, you have to make sure that the tooth is healthy enough to hold on to the veneers and that the function of the occlusion is correct to make sure that the veneers aren't breaking off when the patient is biting down. So you have to understand all of dentistry before you can be placing veneers on top of teeth. The reason I'm making this video is because I'm seeing a lot of videos on Instagram and TikTok about veneer techs, and there is no such thing as a veneer tech. A veneer tech is a dentist. You have to have a full understanding of all of dentistry before you can be restoring or placing anything that is fixed on a tooth. So if you see ads for a veneer tech with really low prices for full mouth reconstruction, know that this probably isn't true and they're not qualified to be doing any of that work.
When I saw how dirty they did our friend Jay, I knew it was gonna be some mess.
So basically the lady offered to do our veneers for free in exchange for a post. Don't even sound right. Look at my shit. Look at this. I got 2 tooths.
Let's pause to read it. After she did his teeth, he had got posted on the Shade Room, and this is where the thread begins. She said, I saw your post on the Shade Room, and it's very weird you decided to get on the internet and say that, but didn't say ish when you were sitting in my chair. It's not even that bad. You're being dramatic. I don't think he's being dramatic. I don't think he is, but let's continue. She goes on to say, delete those posts. You're ruining my businesses. I have multiple corporations.
Hang it up.
He replied to Miss Vernicia, with all due respect, B, you know you played in my mouth. Jay says, I didn't say anything when I was in your chair because honestly, I was in disbelief. He said, I'm not deleting ish. I have to come out of pocket to get my teeth fixed because you didn't know what you were doing. He said, I'm not gonna tag you and give your business clout either. Girl, you. Girl, you, for real. He said, why are you offering services that you don't know how to do? He said, like, I can't even eat properly. Are you out of your mind, lady? He said, hello. And then he called her a funky AB. You know what he said. And then she blocked him. Oh, Jay. Oh, they look bad.
Yeah, I'm just honestly trying to smell out this thing. Their teeth are big as fuck.
Why would they do Jay like that?
Look,
Oh.
just big. And they was calling me Steve Harvey Jr. And teeth. They was calling me teeth.
The veneer case I want to show you. Too many people think that you have to get veneers that just don't look good. You just have to pick the right doctor. Watch this. Y'all take a look at the patient's teeth. The color, the shape, the anatomy. We also added a diamond to his tooth. Y'all, this is by far one of my favorite cases because it enhances overall smile without changing anything. They fit inside of his mouth, and you can see the translucency in how the teeth are reflecting. This is just by far a 10 out of 10, and you can check his bite. You gotta make sure you can bite down with your veneers. This is a 10 out of 10, highly recommend. Peace.
What are you talking about? How much you pay for the teeth? 15. I paid $98,000.
What?
Yeah.
Let's dissect Lil Yachty's $98,000 smile that took him from this to this. According to this cost estimator, veneers in Atlanta, Georgia cost up to $2,600 per tooth. Lil Yachty goes to the best of the best, so we can assume he's paying top dollar. His after photos have his teeth and gums looking immaculate, so we think he had some gum surgery to go along with his veneers. $2,600 per veneer times 24 teeth in the smile zone gives us a modest $62,000. Combo the cost of the veneers, plus the gum surgery, plus potentially sedation to make sure Lil Yachty's as comfortable as possible during the process, could add up to $98,000. That's a good investment, Lil Yachty.
Send me a cash app. I really have no sympathy for people that make stupid decisions when literally everybody around them is telling you don't do it. Because these people go to veneer techs, I have no empathy for y'all because y'all should know a veneer tech is not a real thing. You got these people out here who are uncertified, unlicensed, playing tic-tac-toe in your mouth, and you expect me to feel bad for you because you wasted your money there and now your mouth is messed up? No, because you should know it's not a real thing, all right? Like, there's a reason why dentists have to go to school for years because they're the only ones legally allowed to put veneers in people's mouth. And you're really out here trusting some random person on the internet who learned how to do this in 2 days or maybe a week to put veneers in your mouth, and you're comfortable with that? And then you expect me to feel bad for you saying, oh, well, now my mouth is all messed up, like I just didn't know? No, you should have known. Actually, if you just thought about it in the slightest, you would have known. And like, here's the thing, it would sound like a little bit better if you weren't paying like a lot of money for this, but y'all are wasting thousands and thousands of dollars to have these unlicensed people literally playing like a fucking puzzle, like matching a puzzle in your mouth, right? Like, you're paying that much for an unlicensed, uncertified, your teeth are gonna be infected. Everything's gonna end up like horribly, if not like after it's done, give it about a year, your mouth is gonna be infected. And you want me to feel bad for you because you didn't think that through? You're not gonna get sympathy from me because this is not something where it's like, oh, I was scammed. No, you just didn't think this through. This is on you, all right? These people who are veneer techs, they're just scamming you out of money because if you really think someone in 2 days can learn how to put veneers in your mouth where it takes dentists 8 years to learn, maybe you should think more about it.
This nigga spitting. Damn, nigga.
I look crazy, but that is not the point here. Y'all mean to tell me that you letting people drill enamel off your teeth in basements, risking neurological damage for veneers that end up looking like bulbous chiclets in the end anyway? I got my veneers done 2 years ago by a dentist. Shout out to Dr. Rayhani at App Aesthetics in Beverly Hills. Anyway, and it was a month-long process from the time of consultation to getting the temps on to getting the veneers on my teeth. Y'all mean to tell me y'all were doing that in 5 hours? With a veneer tech? What does that even mean? I really wish that people understood just how connected the teeth and the neurological system are, because this is absolutely insane. I want y'all veneer techs in prison, and I mean it. I want y'all in jail.
Girl, gotta make you smooth. Love when we fuck, girl, make you say ooh. I'll drop that top on that coupe. I'ma go all out for my boo.
So I just went down this rabbit hole of looking at these videos of this woman who is unlicensed in every shape, form, or fashion of the dental doctorate industry. People are literally paying her thousands of dollars to do composite veneers. This lady is laying people on a massage table with no anesthetic, with no anesthesia. She had Lysol on the table. It was not a sterile environment.
No, sir, not me.
Everything was just wrong. And you got people in the comments talking about, oh, when you coming to Mississippi? When you coming to South Carolina? When you coming to Atlanta? Baby, some of them people is state board asking you when you coming to these states and when you coming to these areas, because they're going to lock you up, ma'am. I sitting here real deal letting this woman file y'all teeth down with a fingernail drill, with an acrylic nail drill. She just put a different nail bit on there, and she's really throwing and filing down these people's teeth. And one woman said that she paid her $1,500 to get her teeth fixed just for them to fall off 2 days later.
Ain't no way, boy. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
He actually had to go to a real dentist. Baby, do you know how many lawsuits is gonna come behind it? Y'all would literally pay people to do anything. And one thing you don't play with on your body is your mouth. And because every disease that you could possibly have started in your mouth. You don't play with your mouth, and you don't play with your body. And y'all sit here and let this woman play with y'all teeth. Baby, just call B Snagger too, because I'm not finna let nobody sit here and drill my motherfucking teeth down with some shit I can see at Pro Meals.
I don't play like that.
I'm Princess, the owner of Princess Cuts. I am currently in Mississippi, Biloxi with Mrs. Soraya Perry. Yes, she just got her teeth done. Me and my crew are currently on tour and are running a special. We're doing 10 top teeth and 10 bottom teeth for $1,500.
Don't say anything. But that shit there, no can do, guys. Alright, bitch, you going too far. No can do.
Like I might get some backlash from this one because she has a lot of followers, and none of the followers are asking in the comment section, are you a doctor? So here we go. I want to reiterate something that's really important, and that is that no doctor or dentist goes on tour. The most mobility that doctors or dentists have are doing things like a mobile clinic, which a lot of dentists open up, I don't know how to, like a big like RV type of thing, and they provide necessary services to underserved people or people who don't have insurance. So they provide extractions, fillings, and things like that. But that is like a clinic that is run by other doctors and the necessary legal staff. Doctors and dentists do not go on tour to provide $1,200 services for veneers. They just don't. A lot of people ask the question, why are real porcelain veneers so expensive? And the reason is because you are paying somebody who is a doctor to provide that service. And in addition to that, you're also paying for how the veneer is made. You do not just slap on a little porcelain overlay and hope it works. There's a process to it. And you can scan for a tooth a couple of ways to see how a veneer is going to fit. You can use like a 3D scanner, so it's essentially like a wand. You put it in your mouth and they go, whatever, and they scan the tooth and it will give you the dimensions of the tooth so that when you place the veneer, or crown, it depends on what you're getting, the bite will be correct and the margin, which is like the space between like the natural tooth and the veneer or crown or whatever, to be seated properly, because the bite also has to be functional. Or you can do a typical impression, which is like this material, you put it in like a tray, you bite down, you let it harden, and then they send the mold to your exact mouth to a lab that then creates the porcelain veneer or crown, whatever you're getting. Now that being said, you have to pay for those services. You have to pay an external lab. Most dentist offices do not have an internal lab because they're very expensive. So you hire a lab outside of your practice and they do the work for you. But again, you have to pay for the imaging or the impression to be sent off to a lab to make sure that that crown or veneer is fitting to your tooth perfectly, because I don't think people realize that the way you bite down has to be functional. If your bite is off, it can cause severe pain, it can cause nerve pain, all the things. So again, this is not performed by anybody other than a dentist. It just isn't. I don't know how these people have been evading legal ramifications, but this is truly wild, because everybody is in her comment section. Where are you going next? When can I get in? I want to go. Don't do this.
You ain't never lied. You ain't never lied. You ain't lied.
So when y'all sitting here letting veneer techs play around in your mouth, you need to understand that putting composite over a cavity can be detrimental to your health. And even a step further, it can kill you. Let's start off with the basics. I don't think enough people know that a cavity can kill you if gone untreated. And hey, don't just take my word for it. If a tooth infection is left untreated, it can spread to surrounding tissue, jawbone, or even enter the bloodstream. You know what that means? It means you can die. That's what it means. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it for you. It can kill you. So I'm not making any false claims here with this treatment in particular, but if you take teeth that are untreated and you put composite over top of them, it doesn't make the problem go away, right? It's just covering it up, and the problem's gonna get worse and worse over time. But guess who knows how to treat cavities? Dentist. No one else. Dentist, who went to school for 4 years undergrad and 4 years postgrad. And maybe even more if they specialize in something, especially cosmetic dentistry, right? So use your brain or you might die.
You can see, the more you fuck around, the more you're gonna find out.
you live in the United States, you know that our healthcare system is an absolute nightmare. Okay, that's not a secret. But when it comes to dental care, it is not attached to regular medical care. So let's say, for instance, you get health insurance through your employer. You have to pay extra for dental care a lot of the times. And if you do get dental care, if you're privileged enough to have dental care does not cover you the way that medical care covers you. A lot of medical plans, specifically if you're lower income, will cover you at 100%. It'll cover things like MRIs and CT scans, or even if you have like employer paid insurance. A lot of those insurances you only pay 20%. Whatever. I'm not an insurance person, but that's essentially how it works. When it comes to dental care isn't covered like that. A lot of times, really great dental care is only covered at $1,500 a year max, meaning that if you need a crown, it will essentially cap out at that point, and you have to pay the remainder of that no matter how much work you get in that year. And even if they say you need $8,000 of dental work, it's not like medical where when you meet your deductible, you're good, you can keep going. It caps out and you pay the rest out of pocket. That being said, medical care and the healthcare system and insurance is not accessible to all. And we also know that with data, the Black community is disproportionately affected by subpar medical care. If we take a look at Black women in pregnancy, their mortality rate is much higher than their peers. And the reason that is a few systemic issues, but racism, chronic conditions that are overlooked, not believing women and Black women when they are in pain is a huge contributing factor, along with other social issues that I don't even want to get into right now. That being said, when we see people go to the underground dentistry world, getting things that can cause serious infections, when we already have a system in place that disproportionately affects Black communities and something goes wrong in their mouth, I truly worry about the dental or about the medical care they're going to receive to fix or reverse the things that they're having done in their mouth. So I really wanted to talk about this because I didn't want you to think I was targeting the Black community at all. They are just the community that I am seeing most affected by this veneer tech issue. And I do think that it stems from not having basic healthcare in the United States that does disproportionately affect Black communities. I think it is so important to start systemic change and voting for legislation that will truly help us get universal healthcare for all, and also social systems that help Black communities, because they are, again, like I said, disproportionately affected by terrible healthcare. That being said, that is not lost on me. So when I make these videos telling people not to go to a veneer specialist, the reason I'm saying that is because I truly think that the care they're going to receive afterwards, when shit inevitably does go wrong, is going to be subpar, and they're going to suffer dire consequences because of it.